Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to clean out the injector hole at the back, make sure it's clean. To do this I need a long screwdriver. I've got a particularly long screwdriver for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it on the end of here, stick it down the hole, and hopefully it's clear. So using this and this, I'm going to drop this down this hole in the middle and do a bit of twisting and turning. That's got some dirt out. So now I'm going to put in injector number 4. Good, I'm going to use some rubber grease around the O-ring just to make it slide in place. I've got the, well, that should be it. What have we got now? I need number 3. That's this one. I'm using extreme pressure grease to hold the gasket in place. This is this copper washer. I don't want it falling off and inverting like we did last time. So I'm going to use some of this and I'm going to try and hold it in place with this. Right, number 2 now. Put a big high pressure grease on here. Rubber grease around the O-ring to slide it in. They're all in. Last copper seal going in. I've got 4 more of them somewhere, I just don't know where I put them. I'll just double check that that should be number 1. And it is. That goes in the front cylinder. Copper washer's still on, but this one won't fit in. There we go. Now we shouldn't need to reprogram these injectors because they're still in the same places. Still the same injectors, still in the same places. So I shouldn't need to reprogram them. So what we'll do now is we'll put the oil rail on. Now there's one thing I'm going to do with this oil rail, and that is I'm going to ensure that those 2 plugs are sealed correctly. 19 will get that one. Just make sure the oil seals are okay. Alright, so that one's destroyed and that one's destroyed. So they need to be replaced. That's probably what the issue is, and that's probably why we're not starting so well. Be one of the reasons there'll be oil leaking out of there. So let's see, can we use one of these? If I can get it over the threads, maybe. Can't though. Maybe that's what this is for. No. Now then, let's have a look. My O-ring's over here, so I've got any thick ones. Right, we'll try that. Put some O-ring lubricant on it. Some rubber grease. For those of you who don't know, rubber grease is also dielectric grease. Or dielectric grease is also rubber grease. Some bits of O-ring in there, so I'll have to get them out. Why does nothing ever stay where you put it? Oh, there it is up there. I did put it over there. It did stay where I put it, but I just put it in the wrong place. Okay. That's good. I'll put this one in. And coffee. Got busy and I forgot my coffee in and it's cold. Bertie, come on. Sorry, I should have moved you, shouldn't I? I've got the injectors in. I'm struggling a little bit with the oil rail. I've been resealing the auto RPS and I'm resealing the oil rail temperature sender. So the OPS and the OTS. Yeah, it does look a bit small. See if I've got a better O-ring than this. Hot oil. Fit on is the only thing. And one of those 2. Neither of these will fit. Then we're in trouble and I'll have to get something else. And that one fits nicely actually. Put this back, put that in the bin. The O-rings on here in the bin. Okay, give those faces a clean. Okay. I'll do for them. I need a 13. That's not it. And that's not it. Okay. Right, let's see what torque they need to be at. The oil rail. Installation. The oil rail. 20 Newton meters or 14.5 pounds-feet. Right, that's the oil rail in. 15 mil. For a flat off it. Okay, they're done. I can put the injectors back in now. Let's do them in order. That's number 4. Okay, that's good. That's number 1. Number 2. And this should be number 3. It is. Okay, right, let's put the screws back in now. One of these screws was dodgy, wasn't it? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. There it is. It's the screw. I can get most of these in. I'll put the one I don't like at the front. That one's okay. That one's okay. It's one of these two. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm putting new seals in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one right at the very front so I can access it easily. I'll put this in. Just turn it a few turns to get it in. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can find another one of these. I think I might have some in the drawers. We'll have a look. Right, some here. Yeah, they're all new. So there's none in there. Is there any in here? There's one there, and that selects correctly. So we'll use this one. Just check the thread. Yep, identical. I don't understand why this won't start. Well, it's started now. I think that might be it. I think I've got them both in now. Tighten these up by hand. I nearly did it again with the battery. The injector's tightened. Let's torque them down. Injectors go to 6.5 Newton meters. I'm going to go over and ask him to turn it down.
answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Can you turn your music down, please? I'm going to get a copyright strike. I'm trying to record a YouTube video. Thank you. I've just been and asked them to turn the music down, but I don't think it's them. Well, YouTube, if you're going to copyright strike me, then fine. But I'm not playing the music, and I've tried to ask them to turn it down, and they won't, or they haven't, or they don't know. I wouldn't mind if they turned the bloody stuff off. It's crap anyway. I don't mind good music, but that's not good music. Right, injectors are tightened up. Well, that one's not. Right, it's the solenoid that's loose, not the injector. Alright, so now I need to put the clamps on. So this is difficult because you've got to do this twice. You've got to torque it down to 30 newton meters and slacken it off, and then tighten it to 25 with these H clamps. It's funny, I haven't dropped anything today yet. Touch wood. I haven't got any wood. Don't believe in it anyway. Touching wood isn't going to make any difference. Down to me being a clumsy oaf, really. I'm going to use the middle one. I think it was 30, wasn't it? First 30, then 25. Okay, 25 newton meters. The O-ring's out. The O-ring's there. I've got it. So what's next? I reckon the harness is next. I'm going to take this off. 1 minute. Finally the music stopped. Let's just hope it stopped for good. I think I'm going to have to shift this out of the way again. Been a bit prompt with this. Should have connected these first. And this one's got a dodgy rubber on it. So I might have to replace that. So I've got a harness up here with one on. A couple of harnesses up here. I've lost one already. And another one there. No rubber on that. Oh, there is, it's inside. Let's see if I can get this on. If I get that one back. I need a torch. Probably get it with a screwdriver, but I like getting it with those. Oh, there's two on that one. Not one on this one. Oh, that one must be inside. It is. It just went in a minute ago. Nothing in there. Give it a spray out with contact cleaner. Put it on the wrong way around. That's what the problem is. And then before I put them together. The rock cover. Hope I haven't forgotten anything. One more. One in the corner. So what I'm doing now is I'm just putting these rubber coated washers into the holes around the rocker cover. Just got one more to go in, and that's this one in here. The half moon seals I've already put in. I'll just put some more gasket over the top of it. Well, I've rubbed half of it off on the back, and I've just dropped that. I'm going to stop where I am, get the pliers and grab it with those. There we go. That's it, got it in. Right, let's tighten it down. I'm not going to torque it down just yet though. Supposed to leave it for an hour before you torque it down. Now we've got some heavy rain again. So I'll just put this book inside. I've just found my seals. They were on the back of the car all the time. Now I've nicked one of these bolts, but the rest should be here. And there's one. And there's another. So that's the back corner. And that one is here. So I'm one bolt missing, which is about right. So I should have some more of those bolts up here. There's one here. This one will do. This one will do for now anyway. Little thread seal on top. Okay. Right, let's get a 10mm. Screw these in. Starting in the middle. There's a step up for this. There's one. And I need this. We can't get to that one. Doing the two in the middle first. Right, what are they? 9 Newton meters or something? I think it's 9 Newton meters. What I'll do is, still got the seal in there. Still got the seal in there, but I'm going to put a new one in. There's a dry one somewhere. Did I swap it already? Maybe it is the dry one. Well, it came off them. Front engine. And it's on. No, let me put the pipe on first. I'll leave that in. Where the hell is the 27? 27's not there. What the hell have I done with this? I almost put it straight back. Obviously not this time. Aha! There it is. We've got it now. I always forget to put this on first. The right torque. Oh, I've got to do it on the other. What I'm doing at the minute is fixing the high pressure oil pipe onto the rocker. The problem is getting in here with a spanner to turn it. I'm there now. Without knocking any of the vacuum hoses off if possible. But they're always a pain in the butt to get back together. Nearly there. Be glad when this is done. Just because it's what you need to do. Pour coffee all over your headlight. A good wife making me a cup of coffee. She's an angel, really. I mean, don't always say that, but she's been an angel recently. I think that's tight enough. And that one's tight, so addle-oo-loo. That's 80 Newton meters there, right there. Estimated, of course. Right, where are we at now? Plastic cover, I think. Oh, sorry. Knocking the camera there. Can you still see okay? Yeah, we're putting the plastic cover on now. Or the intake pipe, one of the two. Probably the plastic cover. It's a pain in the butt to get on. It's full of oil. I'm going to give it a spray. Why is it full of oil? Because I had the high pressure oil pipe in here. And it's all dribbled out of it. It had rained in it as well, so it's just as well. Give it a good clean out. That'll do. Right, let's get this on now. There's a secret to doing this. And it's to get the back in first. Just get these out of the way again. This one just wants to stay in there all the time. Right, you've got to get that pipe into there. And then the back end has to go down like so. We must go under that because I don't normally have this trouble. That's it. That's got it. Right, have to go over that way a little bit. The back end's not quite right. Now it is. Okay. Right, the other side of there. And then down there. In fact, I'll give that a spray and put it back together now. Well, I can. So what happens is oil leaches up through the pipes into this plug, gets through this plug, goes round to the ECU. If it's really bad. I have been meaning to fix it. You can fix it, but I've just not got around to it. It's fairly straightforward to fix. Once you've fixed it, it's done. Right. Let's put some of these rubber washers in. Rubber coated washers. One. There should be more than that. There they are. 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 5 enough? I think 5's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6, not 5. I've got 6. There's one here that never goes in, but looks like it might today. It has. And there's one there. And then there's another one there. So what do we do first? It doesn't really matter. It does not really matter. What we need is a lot of washers and nuts and washers. This goes on the long way. Long end goes on first, short end goes on this end. Like so. That doesn't look right, does it? But that doesn't mean to say it's not right. It just means that something's not connected properly. Put a smaller washer on the front and the back. If I can reach the back. If I can't, put a nut on. Right, that's not going anywhere. Smaller washer and a nut. Onto the back one. Some big washers on this. Big washer on this one. No washers on these. They don't need them. They've got washers already. I don't know if anybody knows about locking mechanisms, but you've got 3 types. You've got a castle nut, you've got a nylock nut, and you've got a shouldered nut. Surface, I'll show you in a second if you just bear with me while I find what I'm looking for. I can't see it. It's got to be there. I didn't long ago used it. Have I put them away? Oh, there they are. Right, let me show you. So, these are shoulder nuts. This is shoulder nut. Can you see the back on there? That goes down against the washer. Oh, I have to do this. I locked it. I need longer. Okay. Oh, you've got spring washers as well. Let's see if I can show you them all. Hang on a sec. Probably wasting my time doing this, but I'm going to show you anyway. So those are spring washers. I haven't got a castellated nut, but I can explain a castellated nut. What I need now is a nylock nut, isn't it? Get one of the bigger ones. Okay, rule of thumb is you never mix up locking devices. This is a split washer. Now a split washer or a locking washer is designed to work with a flat washer, and you tighten the nut down onto it and it locks them in place because that crushes down and locks them. This is a nylock nut. As you can see, there's a nylon insert. That is to be changed every time it's removed, otherwise it won't work. Probably a good idea to change lock washers, and I've already showed you this one. Now, the idea behind locking devices is you can't reuse them. You have to put new ones on, otherwise they don't lock properly. Now, the biggest culprit for that would be the nylock nut, because the nylock nut is often reused, because people use them as ordinary nuts. However, if you have a castellated nut, it uses a split pin. So basically there's a hole through the bolt that the split pin goes through. Now you've noticed they're not called split cotters, because they're not called split cotters, they're called split pins. What happens is you screw the nut on, and then you line up the castellated part of the nut with the hole, and you put a split pin through. Now you only bend one leg of the split pin. The only reason you bend the leg of the split pin is because you don't want it to fall out. Okay? That's the only reason it has a bent leg. You don't need to tighten knots, you don't need to double it round, it's not going to fall out. Split one leg, 45 degrees, 30 degrees, whatever, and that is all you need. So the idea is that the split pin stops the castellated nut from undoing, because there's a bit of a breeze blowing. I'm going to turn around, stop the breeze blowing into the microphone. That's the locking mechanisms that we have. Right, I need to put this longest socket on. The wrong socket, that's an 8. I need a 10. Oh, that'll work. It'll do. Okay. Right. Have I lifted anything off? I don't think I have I? I've dropped my first bolt. It hasn't gone very far, but be damned if I can see the damn thing. But I've got it. A sheer stroke of luck. Give it a quick spray on there. Don't want any oil hanging around. Right, let's see if we can get this on. Right. Why do I feel I've got something missing there? Oh, the intercooler on the right. That's what it is. Be the intercooler. I've got 2 of these pipes. Now one of them goes over there to that. And the other one goes on there, which is this one. And one of them needs this changing to a different one, because this is knackered. Ugh. I don't know where I've put them now, that's the problem. I think I put them over here. I think I did. Yeah. Let's give this a go. Okay. See what we can do with that. what we're going to do is we're trying to keep it further in the end. So I'll let John and open it up and then push it on. Like that. And then push it down. Nothing on. And then on. Like that. This one. Over here. Okay, that's good. What we got next? One of these pipes. That one. I need these bigger tools for this. Like so. Turn it around. Okay. Right. Let's do this. And then into this one. Like so. And then we get these four and push them in. Well, my battery's going. I need a bit longer. Okay, but inside of it, like so, and this one moving up there, and inside of that, but not inside this time, but lower down, like so. That won't come off, I don't think. All right. I need to move that up a little bit, so we use this for that. Been bent down a little bit, so I'll bend it back up on this one a little bit. All right, so now we'll put this on. Looks like I've stuffed up on the other side, haven't I? Right, so that will rattle, but we'll solve that. Like that. And two more for the other side. You just stop it rattling. It vibrates when you're driving. So that just stops that happening. Two more, put some coolant in, put some oil in, and then all we've got to do is the sump. Because it could still be leaking from the sump. Coolant first. That's typical. I didn't want that to happen, but anyway, it has. Pre-mixed coolant. Now we've got to do the oil. I think because I'm going to drain the oil out, I think what I'm going to do is just put ordinary Gulf Western oil in. Right, let's have a look at how much oil we've got in. See how much oil's in there. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, it's at the full mark, and it's leaning backwards a little bit, so it probably needs about a litre. Well, that's all right. Let's just, if there's any leaks now, we want them to be from the sump. Because if it come out of anywhere else, then I'm crying. I've got the sump, another sump ready. Just haven't done the job yet because I've been doing this cam carrier. So we still don't know if the engine's going to run. It's going to take a while to start because A, I haven't connected the batteries, and B, once I've connected the batteries, it's got to fill up the oil rail. So let's do that. Let's connect up the batteries and do the positives first. So we need a 13 for this. Probably not wise to use long spanners, but that's all I've got out. I don't have any spanners out. Only spanner is me. 13. Right, I've got a short spanner for this. It's not earthed anyway, so we should be good. Jesus, that frightened the life out of me. I didn't know that worked. But it does. Right, let's connect this one up. This is 10mm at this side. I've got a 10. We'll do the positive first. Gotta be careful I don't touch anything now. Okay, now the earth. I've zip tied it on, haven't I? But it didn't catch. That's probably a stupid thing to do. Bearing in mind that it won't reach now. Oh, I'll tell you what, it was a lot easier zipping it up than it was undoing it. Let's see if we can get this up onto here then. I've probably zip tied that down, have I? No, I'm at the wrong side of that cable. Let's undo this cable and move the zip tie to the other side. Then I've got that to fix. No, I'm still not long enough. What the hell is happening here? Why aren't I long enough? It's because of that, isn't it? Take that off as well then. And then move it down. Okay. Right, got some zip ties now. So I'll zip that onto there. There's one. Okay. One. And then I'll do the one at the other side. Sorry, I'm just sorting out the wiring here because I don't want it to get caught on the compressor pulley, and I've rejigged it all, so it's going to need to be zipped out the way. Okay, I'll rip my glove. Nothing new there. Rip that glove. Nothing new there. Right, I've zip tied down, so I've just got to zip the other earth cable out of the way. Put my gloves on instead.